Welcome to American Patriots Have Responded. I'm your host, Bill Moss. Yesterday was the first day in some states to start early voting. This is a new process we're not used to. Usually in America, we vote on the first Tuesday in November, and that's it. Unless you have a substantial reason to not be able to be at the polls on that day. At that point, you can do an absentee ballot, but things have changed. Many states have gone into mail-in ballots. There's been questions whether they're good or bad. We've had a lot of reports of ballots being thrown away. We've had a lot of reports of ballots showing up where they shouldn't be. Multiple ballots sent to the same address for different people that's lived there years ago. Anybody can take those ballots and vote. So that's why I choose to vote in person, if at all possible. Now, last election during the primaries, we were forced to do absentee ballots in our state. But as I got to the poll yesterday, and I stood in line to make my vote, many people in the line commented that they were worried that maybe if they waited till later to vote, due to the violence in the streets, that they might not be able to get there. This is sad because this is in a small town where we've not had any trouble yet. But they're still afraid. They're afraid there will be people at the polls blocking the entrances. We can't allow this, folks. We can't allow it. People are intimidated, afraid that they won't be able to vote. And this is a scary thing. We got to get out and vote, people. We got to get out and vote. So if you're afraid, get out there today, get out there tomorrow and vote. Get it over with. If you have a problem, you can contact us and we'll send somebody to see that you get in to vote. You can contact your police department and they'll send somebody to see that you vote. And if they need our help, they know they can call us because we work with them through the Citizens Against Terrorism organization. You can contact us through citizensagainstterrorism.org. There is a email there. We're going to be keeping a close eye on it for people having trouble with the polls. And if we serve that area that you're in, if we've got charters in that area in our organization, we will send somebody. We'll try to do the best we can to help you get in and vote. It's your constitutional right. Now I want to move on to the Senate confirmation hearing on Judge Amy Comey Barrett. The senators in this hearing, many of them have been trying to get Judge Barrett to prejudge a case before it's ever brought to the court, before she's ever heard the arguments, and before she's had a chance to apply it to the Constitution of the United States. This would be an illegal act for her to do. And it's all part of a game they're playing. The second problem is they're trying to do a religious test. They're trying to disqualify her because of her Catholic beliefs. Now, I'm not a Catholic. I am a Christian. But to hold somebody's religious beliefs against them is against the law. Article 6 of the Constitution says there shall be no religious test concerning holding public office. Yet they keep trying to do that. Now, I don't know on the Republican side any Catholics. I'm not saying there aren't any. I just don't know who they are. But I do know two prominent Democrats are Catholic. Even though their views don't align with the Catholic Church, they claim to be devout Catholics. And that would be Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi. Now, if Judge Barrett is not qualified because of her Catholic faith, how are they and have they been able to serve up to 47 years in our legislation, both as Congresswoman and Senator? This is a game. Again, like I say, what's good for the goose is not good for the gander. And we need to really look at this, and we need to see what's going on in this hearing. And another thing that comes up every time lately that somebody is put up for a public nomination for a public office, there's accusations of sexual misconduct. Now, we saw the Brett Kavanaugh hearing, the dog and pony show that was there. And this was ridiculous. You had a woman that got up that accused Brett Kavanaugh of trying to rape her. But she could not tell you where the house is that it happened at. She could not tell you where or when it happened. She could not tell you how she got there or how she returned home. She told us that she only had one beer, and she was a minor, that she only had one beer, and that he tried to assault her. All of her witnesses failed to give her any credence in her accusations. We've seen this over and over again. Now, during this hearing, when Senator Mazie Hirono could not trip up Judge Barrett, then she throws out the sexual innuendo. Have you ever been accused of sexual harassment? Have you ever been accused of sexual assault? There was no accusation because she had none. But this was a last-ditch effort. This is ridiculous. I'm sick of it. If somebody's got proof, they got witnesses, if they've got hardcore evidence, then let's go for it. Let's take care of it. But let's don't just keep dragging in sex all the time just to try to discredit somebody because you don't have anything to discredit them with. I think those who have made accusations like Christine Blasey Ford that could not back them up, I think they should be charged. They should be charged with lying to Congress. They should be charged with lying to the Senate. They should be charged with false accusations. And if I was Brett Kavanaugh and his family, I'd have a lawsuit in them so fast their heads would spin. But I'm just really kind of tired, folks. And I think you are too from the conversations I had yesterday. The whole confirmation is inevitable. And I'll tell you why, because the Republican Party holds enough seats to let her in. So what I'm seeing here is a political show. It's a show that, to my opinion, that's not about whether or not she gets nominated. They know that she'll be nominated. What it appears to be is political grandstanding to win votes by certain politicians. The American people deserve better than this. We deserve better than this. They are elected representatives, and many on both sides of the aisle, are not representing the people and what the people believe and want our government to be. They're not standing for the Constitution they swore to protect. They're destroying it. And we're standing by and letting them do this. Where is the outrage? Where is the outrage in the American people? The only thing they're doing is advancing their own political gain and their own political power. That's all they're working on here, folks. And it's on both sides of the aisle. There's Republicans and Democrats alike involved in this, and independents. They're all doing this stuff, and there's a few good ones, and the rest of them are there for themselves. And when I say a few, I mean a few. Okay? They're doing this to advance their political careers. And they're trying to override the Constitution of the United States so they can rule over us. America deserves better. America deserves an electorate that follows the laws and the rules of the land. They don't deserve the racial division that has been brought about by certain politicians. They don't deserve the riots in the street that certain politicians are supporting. They don't deserve to have those politicians and their staff bailing people out when they commit crime. And they don't deserve the destruction in our cities. And especially little old ladies and little old men don't deserve to have to be afraid to go to the polls on election day and feel like they have to get there today or yesterday in order to vote safely. Now, I don't know what we're going to do, folks, but I can tell you one thing. I'm going to keep talking, and I'm going to keep exposing stuff. We're getting ready to get back with the series that we started on Blog Talk Radio, Mutiny USA, a special investigation. We're in the midst of a investigation right now. I believe we're going to have to leave that one organization instead of bringing it to you next. I think we're going to have to leave it to more investigation before we can get to it. So there's some stuff I'm working on, and as soon as I get that done, we will be back on the air on a daily basis. We are going to change our format a little bit as we've moved to Rumble. We're going to do the investigative report 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday will be limited to just breaking news. They won't be full-hour segments. They'll be breaking news segments. We have to do this. The investigation is taking such a strain on our staff. You cannot believe. We started out with 50 activist organizations and 2 billionaires. Now we're up to 200 or more activist organizations involved, not counting the countless millionaires we've done exposed. If you go back through our episodes, you will hear who's been exposed, what organizations have been exposed. We've not even got into the foreign actors we know about. We've not even got into the foreign money we know about. And we've not even got into all the billionaires and everything here in the United States. So there's a long way to go on this, and I hope you'll stay with us. We plan on keeping this up until it makes a difference. We've got to expose these people who are paying for the destruction of our cities across America. And I hope you'll continue to join us. I hope you'll continue to be part of us. And I hope you'll come back.